Right next to Julio Foolio, they found the fingerprint of one of the dudes because they tried to pull the car handle. Before they even came out the hotel room, they was already pulling the handle of Julio Foolio's car. That they were trying to get in there because they don't know if he got the chains in the glove box, if he got money in there or nothing like that. So they pulled the car, left the fingerprint. They didn't even use gloves, man. And they just found one of the suspect cars. It came back with Jacksonville plates on it, and it was circling through the parking lot. It got picked up on the Holiday Inn footage. Holiday Inn kept the footage for the first 48 hours because they knew the detectives was going to come up to their office and request it, because any business that's involved in anything like this, they have to keep the footage for the first 48. That's where the rule and that law even came from. If once that first 48 goes by and they don't have a suspect, they don't have no leads or nothing like that, anybody that they actually took into custody, they might have to release him on no evidence. Basically, when the guy that they got, he's already telling Julio Foolio's ops, the people who set up the hit. At this moment, it's looking like a lot of people are pointing it at ATK, because they already said that they had beef with Julio Foolio and Youngeen Ace and Spinabenz, and all them people that was in that Who I Smoke video basically was already trying to get Julio Foolio knocked off in the streets, man. And so this is a sad situation because they was getting money and everything. All they had to do was keep doing that, but they crashed out in the streets. And a lot of people, man, they more infatuated and they more interested in the street life than the getting money life. And at the end of the day, people have to realize that this is just the way that they do it. Like, these dudes are young, new generation. They came up during the drill rap era, so that's all they ever seen. That's how they seen people get rich and famous, was off of doing drills, and they make a name for themselves for catching a body, and they think that that's how you actually supposed to be successful, like in 2024 nowadays. But they forgot about the part where they gonna get caught for it, and they gonna have to do 50 to 100 years. The judges these days, they giving football numbers to them. 300 years for this, a double life sentence for that. And so the fact that they caught the dude's fingerprints is over for him, man. Like, the guy in the Pooh Shiesty mask, they caught him on surveillance buying the Pooh Shiesty mask the day before, and they knew all they had to do was look at the camera footage of what they was wearing, and they seen the mask, and they're like, okay, let's see all the transactions of everybody who was buying that specific mask in these last weeks. And it was only 3 people who bought them, and that guy on the Holiday Inn footage, he looked just like one of the dudes, because the other people was old heads. And so they knew it was somebody from Jacksonville that had to have followed Julio Foolio and them down to Tampa. And basically the mistake that Julio Foolio made was the fact that he felt too comfortable. He felt like he was getting away with too much, and he had to flex it. He was basically taunting them online, posting videos on Instagram Live talking about, yep, come pull up on me. And he felt like untouchable in that moment. And you can't be trying to rub it in their face and everything like that when they have an inside guy. Like, Julio Foolio's cousin was double snaking him, man. He was working for the other team, and he was sending his location and his whereabouts. He was sending pictures of his money and his jewelry, where exactly he kept it, what the bag looks like, and everything like that. He even sent ATK a picture of Julio Foolio's license plate number. That's how they knew what car Julio Foolio was getting into, because when everybody left out that hotel room and they started running down them stairs, they had to know. It was dark. It was multiple people with dreads. How did they know Julio Foolio was in that gray Charger? That Dodge Charger was the main one. You could see him leaned over, slumped over on the steering wheel in the seat still. And the Tampa PD dude is standing right there with the body cam on, trying to tape up the yellow tape to get the scene secured, because they had to count all the shell casings. It was over 100 rounds spilt out on there, man. And the 3 other people that got hit, they don't remember nothing. It said that it all happened so fast, they never really actually got a good look at the face of the people that did this. They know one of the guys had a Pooh Shiesty mask. As soon as they seen the dude with the Pooh Shiesty mask, he upped something, and it looked like the guy just saw Julio Foolio friend just saw a shiny some piece of metal in his hand, and it looked like he was pointing at them. That's when he jumped over the stale railing. He jumped over the railing right into the shrubs and the bushes, the ones that the landscapers be lining up every week and everything like that, and the wood chips. So once the dude jumped in the bushes and the hedge, and he's running through the wood chips and everything like that, trying not to get hit in the shrubs. He already knew this was a setup, man. As soon as he saw the guy jump out the car with the Pooh Shiesty mask and he started running up to there, he jumped off the stairs and went and took off, man. Now, they trying to find him and ask, did he see anything that happened? Is he going to get justice for Julio Foolio? Is Julio Foolio's friends that went to the party, that got the free party, the free room and free drinks, and they did all this stuff, they was going to go to the club for free, are they going to be there to get the justice for Julio Foolio when he needed the most? Are they going to actually tell on the guys and do the unthinkable? Everybody says they scared of snitches, or they don't like snitches and everything like that. And so we're going to really see what they're going to do, because are they going to try to help their friend and get the justice for the families, or are they still going to continue to honor their street code? Some of these people might not even be from the streets. They never was out in the streets doing nothing like that. They were regular people who have jobs and work 9 to 5 and everything like that, and got to take care of their families. So now we're going to see, are they going to step up and try to get the justice and point out the dudes that did this? Or are they going to have to lay low and quiet because they don't want to have nobody try to mess with them for trying to do the right thing in their eyes? And so this is the big dilemma that everybody gonna have to face. Are you gonna keep pushing the street message and tell people that that's what you gotta do, or are you gonna actually like get the justice for your friend that you just watched get hit up right in front of your face? What if that was you? Would you want them to get the justice for you? So this is what they have to morally think about, man. And the investigators are on them. They trying to get them to tell and confess. They got one of the guys already, and they trying to put up a reward to get the other 2 guys. It was 3 suspects that ran up because the way that the rounds was firing off, it was so many. It wasn't a switch, and you could tell it wasn't a switch because it wasn't going like fast like a switch was. It was pop 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 pop. So it sounded like it could have been 2 to 3 people, and they might have had the poles in each hand like going, and they knew exactly the aim for the windshield and the front window, the driver window of Julio Foolio car. How did they know Julio Foolio was driving? How did they know that was even his car? He just got that car, and it pretty much had to have been his cousin who told them this is the type of car he's in, because he's the one that's been going around with him, and that's the person that Julio Foolio was paying attention to the least. It be the people you forget about and you let them do whatever, and they on the background and everything, and low-key they might be the ones giving up all the info. You never really know. That's why you got to keep everybody in check. You got to make sure you know who people is communicating with, and you can't trust everybody. You see how that's Julio Foolio's blood cousin. Like, he can't even trust his own family, man. And that's the people who got him lined up all for beef, money, the street life, and pushing the image and everything like that. So people gotta understand that now that this all happened with Julio Foolio, they're gonna try to get revenge and respond to the other side, and they already know who they beefing with. This is why the Jacksonville Sheriff's Department sent a warning to anybody in Julio Foolio's crew, anybody in Youngeen Ace crew. They said there's gonna be no retaliation, there's gonna be no get back or nothing like that. You're not gonna up the score. They want to make sure that it's not an all-out war that breaks out in Jacksonville, because they know that this is inevitable. When these two groups started going at it, when these dudes started going at it, and they dissed each other in the raps, and they got people's family members knocked off and everything like that, it went beyond, you can't fix this no more. So whatever's gonna happen there, it's gonna be crazy out there. Everybody gotta be safe, because it could pop off at any minute. You saw how it just happened so quick with Julio Foolio, man.